What is up, rockers? So today we finally have the matchmaking and the alliance that have been formed in this KvK. So let's take a quick look on this. This is 1412 and 1959, which is the fire camp, is going to ally with 1945 and 2009. So 1945 is a Imperium kingdom, and as well as 1412. So on each side of the camp, there is going to be an Imperium kingdom. So here's the map that we have made in 1412, and as you can see, the fire camp and earth camp, definitely a tandem here. And then we're going to be facing against wind camp and water camp. Now water camp is very, very strong. Out of all the Imperium, I think water camp is probably the strongest camp. That is 1307. So we're also going to face 1188 as an Imperium kingdom. Now in the previous video we've kind of looked into this, but the real difficulty I see is really gonna be coming from the water camp. So now let's quickly take a look into water camp in here, 1307 and 1967. So let's take a look into 1307 more closely in here in this video. Alright, so let's take a look into 1307 here, and let's take a look into 1 AVG. In the previous video we kind of scrolled through it, but let's take a look into closely in here. I think this is Mad Phantom. It's Mad F2P, and that's a very powerful player. Let's take a look. This is the second time that we're going to be facing each other in here. Highest power is 359 million, and the amount of deaths is 121 million deaths. Is absolutely insane, and they've got a lot more powerful players in here. I feel like they've also lost some players ever since that we have faced them, but I feel like they are still definitely a strong kingdom in here and not something to be messed with easily. So this is gonna be very expensive KvK for both teams, because 1412 is also like a very notorious players when it comes to KvK. This is definitely gonna be something very interesting. So let's take a look into the supporting alliances that they have. Like I mentioned in previous video, they have CB, SN, and TW. Now CB, we know who they are. They're also very strong. Let's see, they got powerful players in here. 116 highest power. Beast, 68 million. Nicodemus, 121, 140 the highest power. But really the biggest power coming from is gonna be from 1307 AVG. So let's take a look into the other alliance in here, which is the SN. Now I've talked to some of the players on SN back then, but I haven't really had much communication with 1307 since then. But I know they are relentless because they really wrecked us before when I was fighting against them. They are definitely going to be the basically the stopper for the KvK for 1412 to succeed. If 1307 will give everything that they can, I think 1412 will definitely be on its heel and might have some difficulty to have an easy win KvK. Like in our previous KvK, we had our easy KvK since there wasn't any kingdom who fought us really. So, but I can see that 1307 is going to be a fighter KvK, as it has 1, 2, 3, 4 alliances that can, battle against us here in KvK. Now, the biggest thing that I would say the factors are going to be the allies. So, since I'm not very familiar with the allies, I can't really speak much about them. With 1959, when we looked into 1959, the teams there are also very strong. So I think there were some comments in the Facebook saying that the fire camp might be the strongest camp out of all, which is kind of true, including 1959. But when I'm looking at this alliance wise, I think, or kingdom wise, I think 1307 is strong, as well as 1188. I mean, all these Imperium kingdoms are strong, right? 1945 is strong as well. the biggest thing is who are going to be the one who is going to put in a lot of effort into fighting, who's going to stay up, who's going to be relentless to making all these push. Another difficulty that I could see, or another challenge that I could see, is that are these supporting kingdoms going to really be a factor? So for example, for 1307, the 1967 kingdom, let me make sure it's correct because I think I said this incorrectly in the previous video. 1967. Let's take a look into 1967 again. Alright, so let's take a look into this kingdom, 1967. I think I missed them. Ouroboros. This is a 11.8 billion line, so about 12 billion. Relatively good. Let's see if they have supporting alliances in here for them. Okay, we got 3 alliances in here. EN67. Oh, I feel like I looked at them before already. 6 billion alliance. And this is 3 billion alliance. So that might be a challenge. If all the pressure is going to be on 1307, then 1307 will have a difficulty on fighting in KvK, because I feel like we do have a pretty strong team in our camp. So that might be the challenge for 1307. But I think it's going to be a really good fight. Regardless, I think the show is going to be nice, and we'll definitely we'll meet in the first zone that we're going to touch. I think either that or we skip each other. But I feel like there's going to be a massive action right away. Of course, we're not going to fight against Earth over here on the side, but we're definitely going to be seeing water camp right away and have some battle against the water camp. I think 1412 is more than ready to get into some action. Since last KvK, we didn't really get into much of an action last KvK, and it was more of a landslide win. Right now, we have about 13 billion alliances, and the fourth one is 11 billion, and then a 9 billion. So I think 1412 definitely has a lot of depth. Now, what am I going to be doing in this KvK? In this KvK, we're going to be giving out everything that we can. We're going to be fighting everything that we can. But here's the thing that I have been thinking. For a long time, I've been already considering about moving into like a smaller or weaker kingdom. So today, as I've kind of make this video, just to let you guys know that it is something that is in my interest, but I'm still going to be giving out everything that I can in this KvK. That means we're going to be dropping a lot of power in this KvK. I have also reached out already to the leadership with Drac or Lil about my future plan. So this may or may not be my last KvK in 1412, or at least I can always go back. But if it is, I'll have to have a lot of fun in here in this KvK. We're gonna give everything that we can. So we're gonna definitely lose a lot of troops in the process of this. But as of right now, I haven't really found the kingdom that I want. So if it is, I'll probably stay again. And they've always been nice for me to be here in 1412. If you guys remember, when we first started getting into 1412, I think Baba was here as well. We fought a lot, we've lost a lot of troops, and then for then I've kind of stagnated. Remember, I've reached 100 million power here in 1412. But I feel like my usage will be much more fun when I migrate to a younger kingdom and kind of restart from there and kind of build up again. Because since I haven't been spending a lot in Rise of Kingdoms, I've kind of been overshadowed by a lot of players who have spent money on the game. So as of right now, there's no plans yet, but there's a consideration that I may change kingdom eventually and find a more suitable playing style for me. But I can always come back here in 1412, and I talked a little about it. But that's just kind of like my future plan in here. But for now, we're going to be focusing on this KvK, and we're going to do our best, give everything that we can, and fight like hell. And I'll be back in States by then, so that's going to be awesome. Anyway, rockers, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again next time.